Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Winston, and today we're gonna talk about something very interesting. Today we're gonna analyze a PCAP file together. So this video is gonna be like a live network forensic investigation type video. So just stay tuned and be locked in because we're gonna have some fun. Now, I just got a PCAP file from a friend who said their computer started acting weird after they ran some kind of file, or I don't know what they did, but then it was acting weird. So he gave me this PCAP file, and then we're gonna load it into a tool called Wireshark so we could figure out what is actually going on. Okay. So now we're not gonna make any assumptions. We're just gonna analyze the file and see where it leads. Okay. So now I have the file right here. One second. So it's victim.pcap. Okay. So we could use Wireshark to actually open it up and see what we could find. Let me expand, open this up so we could see it. Right. So yeah, it's a packets and it's a lot of packets. So but we have the display filter where we could filter packets so we can actually see what we actually want to see instead of seeing like everything at once, right? So he said this piece was acting weird. So with my experience in forensics, there's certain keywords I always look out for when I have a PCAP file to detect if there's been some kind of malware activity going on, or just some crazy stuff that should not be happening that is actually happening on the PC. So first of all, first thing I always do is check the DNS. So this tells me which domain the system try to connect or try to contact, and we could just filter for the DNS by just typing DNS, hit enter, and okay, couple of packets. So yeah, that don't look good. So as you can see, we have still data dot evilcorp.xyz. That's a domain right there. Okay, and that one stands out. That's suspicious. So let's take note of that. So now we have one suspicious another packet, but one suspicious finding. I'll put it that way. So we see still data evil corp. So this doesn't look good. But let's keep that in mind. But now let's see if the user visited any website or sent out any data, if the data got leaked. So that way we could establish that we're dealing with a keylogger or some kind of C2 or whatever the case may be. So we'd filter for our HTTP requests. So I'm just gonna put that in here, paste it. Oops. It's not gonna let me paste, so I'm gonna have to type it in. Okay. Hit enter, and then we see the login. So and there's payload.exe. So let's see what's actually going on. Right. So if we follow the login HTTP right here, okay, we see this is admin and we have password 123. So we could see some chunks of the data that was sent over HTTP, which is not secure. That's why we could actually see the passwords in plain text. And looks like this person, my friend, actually sent some kind of password or something like that, or using them. I don't think this is his real password. It might have been testing, but then this was sent through um HTTP, which means it's not secure, which means we could read it in clear text, right? So yeah, so that's a login. That means password was imputed and it was sent over HTTP, and that's not a good thing. So now we could note that. We're gonna come back to that. Now, another thing I always look for is I check if anything was downloaded. Did the person download anything? And without even typing any other filter, I saw that before. I saw a payload.exe. So either the person downloaded the payload.exe file or the malware downloaded that from the server onto the machine. So it's two ways. And that's definitely not good. Either way, if the person downloaded it by themselves or the malware did it for them, that's not good. Okay, so now we have three things now: the download, the password being sent by via HTTP, and then the domain. So all fingers are pointing to malware at this point, right? So now another thing I always check for, but most of the time when I check for this, I don't find anything, but I still check because you never know when you would find something, right? So I want to see if the machine was actually being controlled remotely, so we could determine if this was a C2, right? Because it's giving signs of a C2, stuff like that. So I always check for traffic of like common C2 ports like 4444. That's the most common C2 port. So we could just erase this and we'll type TCP ports, sorry. 4444. Hit enter. Okay. A lot of packets I was going through. And so this is the source, destination, this source. So yeah, there was some kind of a ping exchange, some ping pong messages going back and forth. So it looks like the infected system is actually exchanging ping pong messages like a custom backdoor. So that confirms that there was remote access. So that makes it look like, or that makes it true that they might have been the attacker who actually downloaded the payload.exe and not my friend. So yeah, we've been able to establish that. So actually analyzing PCAP files could be very, very interesting. It's fun. You could actually like discover. It's just like you investigating, like you don't know what you're gonna find, but what you might find might be interesting. Like it opens your eyes and your understanding to like stuff that goes on in the world. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so there was a see, you could see that there's a whole back and forth communication going on. So yeah, it's going back and forth, back and forth. So yeah, they were communicating. So it was a C2. So now another thing I check for is because most of the time when it's a C2, it doesn't affect just one PC. So let's say if it's a network, it jumps from one PC on the network to another PC and to the next and to the next. So you can always check because most forensic investigators always miss this part where they only like deal with the PC that they have. You can also check to see if there was other PCs who was infected on the network. That way you understand the scale of the attack. So what I want to do is I already know one of the IP addresses that's on his network. So I'm just gonna look in the packets and see like if it was involved, if there was anything going on. So again, I put 192.168 to 120. I'll hit enter and then I see that's one, two, three, four. That's like five packets. Okay, that's not too bad. And yeah, yeah, yeah. So it looks like another user was trying multiple passwords, maybe a password spraying attempt. So now it doesn't look like the C2 jumped in. It looks like another user was trying passwords. That's what it looks like to me. Click this in. Yeah. So yeah, it looks like they was trying passwords. I could tell. So they was trying guess three. So they were trying admin password, guess zero, guess one, guess two, guess three, guess four. So that looks like a password spraying attack. So and it keeps showing. Let me see what did they give us a status code? So I doubt it went through. So I guess they had a 401 response because they kept trying passwords. So obviously it wouldn't work. Yeah, that's a weird password anyway. But then yeah, been able to establish that there's another IP involved, another user on the network was trying multiple passwords. I don't know why. It's still strange to me. So it might be just another infected host testing reused credentials, or it might be a brute force. But for now, we don't know. So let's keep moving. Now, so we've been able to establish five things that already lets us know that this was malware. So I could go back to my friend and be like, yo, you were infected by a malware, but now I could tell you what I know, and we could determine if it was like just a C2 or from what I see now, it's giving C2. Yeah, just C2, file theft and stuff like that. Yeah, the usual. But now let's see if they actually stole files, or if the malware had the capability to actually steal files, or if files were stolen. Let's put it that way. So DNS, then I'll put a dot QRY name. I think I had that wrong. Okay. And one thing I like about Wireshark is if you type in a command wrong, like, or if you like type in a command, it's like pops up like options like, do you mean this command? Like, is this what you're trying to type in or something else? That way you know that, okay, I'm on the right track. So that's how you would know. Hit enter, and then there's two. Oh, that's not good. So if each of these contain, let me see what they have. Okay, so that's the name. Okay, let me open the next one, see what we have. Okay, that's the domain name. Verified. Okay. So each of these contain a chunk of base64 encoded data, likely a stolen document or password file. Yeah, it's smart and sneaky, so like some people would not catch this. Yeah, so they stole file, but I don't know what they took. But from what I see from the base64 chunks I'm seeing, looks like there was a transmission. Something was taken. So it was taken from here, going this way, taken from here, going this way. So yeah, something was definitely taken, but I don't know what was taken. Okay, so with that being said, I guess we've been able to analyze this PCAP file and to determine that malware was actually in effect, and a file was stolen. It contacted a domain, and password was sent through HTTP, and credentials was leaked. That was the person who was trying passwords over and over again, and then there was a command and control in place, and files were stolen. Yeah, I think I said that already. And the domain was a little bit shady, so yeah, that's giving malware already. So the attacker they didn't do a good job in like trying to mask the domain, because the name itself would tell you that, yeah, something is not right. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I hope you like the video, and I'd appreciate if you like, share, and subscribe, so I could do more of this, and we could analyze more PCAP files, AXEs, .bin files, and all the likes. So now it was fun. I'd say, yeah, it was fun analyzing this PCAP file. And once I'm done with this video, I'm gonna go back to my friend and be like, hey, I have some bad news. You were infected by malware, and they might have taken something from you, but I don't know what it was. So we're gonna have to find out. So I'll catch you on the next video, and stay safe.